I'm 55 now, we're both 55, so you've had a lot more life to sort of look back on things. And I could look back and probably name 6 or 7 times in my life where it's not a question of whether I'm going to do that. It's just how am I going to do that? And that was absolutely one of those times. That was my calling for some crazy reason. and off we went. And so that was a number of years ago. After that, so I'm 29 years old and we're quoting on the Rainforest Cafe, which is American made, and they're doing their first one in Sydney, Australia. And I'm like, I thought I got this job. I was going to do 6 trees, I still remember it, 6 trees, big rock waterfalls with water falling off, all amongst the seating of it. And I was guaranteed I got this job. Well, I didn't get the job. And a company from America partnered up with an Australian company and did the work. Well, that day was the worst and the best day of my life back then, because I just happened to find out the company that was selling this new technology of making artificial rocks and trees that same day. And I just knew this is what I had to do. And only 4 weeks earlier, I'd met this well-to-do man, Richard Lowe, who business doing fantastic. I was buying my colors to do my cement rock from him. And he comes downstairs and he introduces himself to me. And he says, you know, I see you're buying a lot of stuff from me. He said, I too like rocks. He was in the decorative concrete business. And he said, I too like rocks. He said, maybe we could do something together. He said, I don't have a lot of time, but I got a lot of resources, meaning money. And so I said, maybe. So I invited him to our house. And I said, if you've got anything that you've made or you could show me, I'd love to see it. So sorry, Richard, but he comes around with this ugly pieces of little rock and he's about to walk into Shangri-La in my backyard, and I'm looking at this going, oh, I probably don't have much to learn from him here. And I love this man to death, actually. He's long retired and anyway, so we then just talked, and then that month later I see this new technology. So I called him up and I said, hey Richard, I now know what we can do together. I needed money and he was more business wise than I was. So we partnered up and we became 50-50. Universal Rock started.